Welcome to MojoTravels, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 reasons to make Alaska your next trip.
Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to MojoTravels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're looking at why the last frontier should be your first choice for a vacation. Number 10. Fishing. When people think of the best US states for fishing, Michigan or Florida usually come to mind. While Alaska is known for commercial fishing, it's one of the most underappreciated destinations for casual fishing. And no, we're not just talking about ice fishing, although that's definitely an option if you don't mind the cold. For something a tad less frosty, there's freshwater fishing, saltwater fishing, and fly fishing, offering a variety of options. Visitors also have an ample number of fishing spots to choose from with over 12,000 rivers, thousands of streams, and no shortage of relaxing backdrops. Considering that there are almost 630 fish species in Alaska, there's bound to be one with your name on it, not to mention you're hooking it. Number 9. Cruises. Again, Alaska is usually overshadowed by places like the Caribbean and the Bahamas when it comes to cruises. Granted, nobody goes on an Alaska cruise to get a tan. What they do go for are the luxurious onboard amenities and the extraordinary ports of call. Through cruise lines like Princess, you can visit elegant locals like Icy Strait Point. While there, be sure to go ziplining and check out the humpback whale feeding area. On virtually any Alaska cruise, you're all but guaranteed to encounter awe-inspiring animals and towering bodies of ice. Actually, if you want to cross off most of the entries on this list, a cruise might be the ideal way to experience everything. Number 8. Skiing. When it comes to cold temperatures in the US, Alaska is in a league of its own. As such, it's one of the top destinations for winter sports. Alaska has considerably long winters that persist from around October to March. So, if you want to hit the slopes before the holiday rush or spend spring break at a ski lodge, Alaska has a convenient 6-month window. The Alyeska Resort provides an especially tempting skiing experience, with 1,610 available acres. For a slightly more advanced activity, Alyeska is one of Alaska's prime spots for snowboarding as well. If snowmobiling is more your style, Glacier City and Snowhook Adventure both offer exciting tours. They also specialize in dog sledding tours, which brings us to our next entry. Number 7. The Iditarod. While tourists flock to the more laid-back dog sled tours, professional mushers gather every year for the Iditarod Trail. First held in 1973, this annual dog sled race traditionally takes place in March. Covering almost 1,000 miles, teams race from Anchorage to Nome, often encountering brutal weather conditions along the way. In addition to holding the record for the longest yearly competitive sled dog race, the Iditarod may be Alaska's most famous sporting event. While it takes a special breed of dog and person to compete in such an event, following their trail to the finish line can be quite the adventure as well. Plus, spectators have the luxury of being able to spend their nights in a cozy hotel. Number 6. The Kenai Peninsula. We've been talking a lot about Alaskan winters, but if you're looking to book a summer trip, spend it in the Kenai Peninsula borough. Don't get us wrong, winter is also a lovely time to visit, and compared to some other parts of Alaska, the borough's cold climate is fairly mild. For hiking, however, the temperature is just right between June and September. While the borough is 90% wilderness, Kenai Fjords National Park provides the most alluring mountains, trails, and glaciers. There isn't a more fitting way to cap off your day of exploration than at Exit Glacier, which resides at the end of the park's one road. Another landmark you'll need to check out is Homer Spit, which stretches 4.5 miles into Ketchimak Bay. Number 5. The Wildlife. People typically associate safaris with South Africa and Tasmania. In North America, however, Alaska is arguably the premier place for observing animals in their natural habitat. We already mentioned the whales, but you'll also find adorable sea otters frolicking in the water. On land, the wilderness is populated by majestic moose, breathtaking bison, and darn cute Dall sheep. The land is bountiful with a wide variety of bears, from polar to black to grizzly. The standout, though, is the Kodiak bear, the largest subspecies of brown bear in the world. To observe them safely, sign up for the tour at Katmai National Park. To To see more animals, Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center and Denali National Park are two other spots to keep in mind. Number 4. The cities and culture. Although Alaska will primarily appeal to nature lovers, its cities are also loaded with fun activities and rich culture. To learn about the history of Alaska and its people, we'd recommend visiting the Alaska Native Heritage Center in Anchorage. At the heart of the city is Anchorage Museum, which hosts a wide assortment of art, history, and science exhibits. Anchorage may be Alaska's largest city, but Juneau is the capital, where you'll find landmarks like Mount Roberts Tramway and the Mendenhall Glacier Visitor Center. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention Fairbanks, Alaska's biggest city within its interior territory. While there, delve deeper into Alaska's past at the Museum of the North and Pioneer Park. Number 3. The glaciers. Exit Glacier is only the tip of the iceberg. As long as you're visiting Juneau, you might as well head roughly 12 miles from the downtown area to find Mendenhall Glacier. This glacier stretches over 13.5 miles long and is responsible for forming Mendenhall Valley. If you're in Anchorage, it's only a 2-hour drive to Matanuska Glacier. At 27 miles long, it's been described as the largest glacier accessible by car in Alaska. To see as many of these ice giants as possible, it's well worth booking a glacier tour. Whether you'd prefer to see them on the water, up in the air, or on foot, the experience will be forever frozen in your memory. Number 2. The mountains. Anyone who visits Alaska is likely there for the vast wilderness, particularly the mountains. Almost everywhere you turn, Alaska's many mountains provide a beautiful backdrop, guaranteeing no shortage of Instagrammable moments. While some will be more than content with observing the mountains, thrill seekers will want to conquer them. Outside of skiing and snowboarding, Alaska is a playground for seasoned climbers. For a true challenge, set your sights on the Denali, the tallest mountain in North America, with an elevation of 20,310 feet. For something a little less intimidating, Flat Top Mountain is a reasonably difficult climb, and Mount Baldy is more moderate. Both reward climbers with exquisite views though. Whichever mountain calls out to you, Alaska is a dream come true for backpackers and hikers. Number 1. The Northern Lights. Be prepared to spend a good portion of your Alaskan trip gazing up in the sky in wonder. Those who visit during the summer get to witness the midnight sun, a natural phenomenon that graces the Arctic Circle with perpetual sunlight. Winters are the opposite, submerging the land into darkness for almost 2 months. There isn't a more astounding sight, however, than the Northern Lights. The best place to view this natural light display is in Fairbanks during the aurora season, which occurs between August and April. Keep in mind that the lights can be elusive even during this time of year. If you're lucky enough to catch them though, you'll never want to look away from the night sky.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MojoTravels, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.